What is going on, everyone? This is Marshmallow Matt, and welcome back to the shadows that run alongside our car. The first time I played this, I didn't know what to expect, and typically games I feel like are more fun that way. When you go in knowing less, there's no lofty expectations to meet, you just get to go in with an open mind and enjoy yourself. And I loved this game the first time through, and there's multiple endings. And more importantly for me, there's multiple perspectives. And we're going to play through this again. If you haven't seen the first playthrough, where I played as Dustin, was that his name? I think that was his name. But now we're going to see, so this is who we played through as the first time. Now we're going to be the girl. I forget her name. Maggie? Molly? She says, gun it. I lay back against the passenger seat. It's weird sitting on this side of the car. But my stomach's been feeling off for a while, and I just can't drive. And so I've handed my keys over to this stranger. What's the worst that could happen, right? Okay, yeah, and if you didn't see my first playthrough of this game, this is like a zombie apocalypse simulator. So, like, the world is coming to an end. These are the last two people possibly on Earth, and they found each other somehow, and they just jumped into a car together, and this is where we pick up the game. There's an awkward silence, but I don't like filling it. Who does? It's so stuffy in the car. Turn on the AC. Oh, I reach for the window control button and let the window roll down. Oh, okay. You sure that's a good idea? So he says the same thing. It's not like zombies are gonna hurl themselves at a moving car. Well, who knows? Maybe they would. That's true, they would! That's what I said the first time. Zombies are fucking crazy. Fair enough. The slight breeze feels good against my neck, but this guy looks like he wants to say something. So, guess this is kind of strange to be asking after 3 whole days, but what's your name anyway? Right, we never did introduce ourselves. Oh, Shelby. Shelby was her name. Okay, yeah. Shelby. Well, nice to officially meet you, Shelby. Name's Dustin. Okay. Back to the silence. He looks dissatisfied. How was he expecting me to react? It's not like I really care, but somehow he doesn't look very much like a Dustin. I continue staring out the window. The sky is so red. Normally I'd think it was pretty, but now it's just depressing me. Bad things come out after dark. That's true. Nothing good happens after 2 a.m. I remember that all too well. I'd rather not think about that, so I decided to break the silence after all. So it's interesting seeing the exact same conversation from just inside of someone else's head. That's so crazy, just to think that every conversation you have with people, this is going on. Like, you know what you're thinking as you're talking to that person, but just to see the other side too, and see what both people are thinking as they have a conversation, that's really interesting. So what were you doing before everything happened? Oh, you look surprised. I guess I haven't been talking much since we met. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. You know, this and that. See, and I remember this part from the last playthrough. He didn't know what to say to this, and so he's sitting there thinking, what should I say? But she's thinking he's not answering right away. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. It's really interesting. I like this. I never really settled into the whole one thing in particular. What does that mean? Whatever. Whatever. It's not like I actually care. I just wanted to pass the time. What about you? This ride is yours, right? Yeah. Well, it's my dad's car, or was. Even when he was alive, though, I was the only one who ever drove it. After Dad got that 3rd DUI, his license was revoked. Yeah, she mentioned in the last one that her dad was a drinker. He used that as an excuse to never leave the house. It was just as well, anyway. Sometimes he'd leave the car somewhere and forget where. Ah, guess he didn't. Sorry, never mind. I'm feeling surprisingly calm about this. It's like I'm on the outside looking in. Oh, that's how I feel right now too, Shelby. I wonder if I'm really that callous. Maybe the apocalypse is just giving me more perspective. It's okay. The booze would have killed him eventually anyway. Awkward silence. Yep. Pretty quiet in here, huh? Yeah, take a hint already. Oh, she doesn't want to talk to him. Surprisingly, not much noise at the end of the world. Still. Do you think there's any radio stations left? I'd be pretty shocked if so. Reckon it wouldn't hurt to look, though. Alright, let's turn on the radio. I reached for the console and turned the radio dial in one direction. There's nothing but static. Sometimes metallic screeching. Great. Hang on a sec, go back down. What did he hear exactly? There couldn't really be something there, could there? I slowly rotate the knob back the other way. Wait! There it is, I think. The mariachi! Is that mariachi? Oh my god. Oh my god, I cannot believe, out of all the music that we could get playing, this is what we get? What am I thinking? Of course it is. Of course, we're on a highway to hell in the dark, and mariachi is the only music available to us. The combination of Spanish vocals and horns on the track are completely ridiculous right now. I'm actually dying. Maybe she actually is. The dulcet tones of this fabulous man are actually killing me. That is not what I was expecting. Who the hell's out there running this? Of all the music that would be left. Man. It takes me a minute to settle down, but then... Wait, isn't this the same song again? It's probably on an endless loop, because why wouldn't it be? Typical. Sure seems that way. Guess it's just ghosts on the waves after all. And the undead aren't exactly interested in DJing. They're interested in brains. What do you think a zombie would even listen to? Oh, here come the puns, guys. Is death metal too obvious of an answer? Rob Zombie? Or maybe they're all into baby metal these days. I don't know. I think the Grateful Dead seems more apt. You know, I've always wondered this, but what exactly are they grateful for? Maybe they finally found themselves some peace. Peace, huh? I wish they'd let the rest of us have some. Ain't so bad right now, anyway. Well, except for that. He gestures toward the radio. 101.7 is now the Infinite Loop Mariachi radio station. Sounds like a good gimmick for a radio station. So what are you into anyway? Music-wise. I really like Alanis Morissette, top 40 hits, that sort of thing. Not like I had a lot of free time to explore my musical tastes or anything. You? And don't tell me it's baby metal. Will you judge me if I say I actually haven't heard of them? No, that might be for the best. He doesn't have to know that I unironically like baby metal. What do you listen to then? Most people look at me and expect me to be into Stones or Marley or something, but, well, you'll probably actually judge me more for this. Try me. ABBA. Oh my god, I can't keep a straight face. I lose it. Everything is just too much. He looks kind of sullen. I'm sorry, Dustin. But not that sorry. Told you. No, it's fine. Their music's catchy. I managed to get these words out. All this laughing is making my stomach hurt more, damn it. I mean, my parents listen to ABBA, but it's fine. Your parents? Yeesh. How old are you anyway? You seem a bit young for Alanis. How old do you think I am? I'm pretty sure there's no right answer to that question. Except for that one. I'm 22. What kind of reaction is that? No, whoa, you look so young, or anything like that. I wonder how old Dustin is anyway. This music's kind of similar to ABBA, isn't it? All peppy and stuff? You should be happy to have it. That's sure an optimistic take on it. Alright, enough of you. He purposely reaches over and shuts off the radio. He's got a surprisingly immature side to him, too. Did you ever expect things to end up this way? What? Where did that come from all of a sudden? We'll pause. Should I pause or immediately change the subject? We'll just pause, see if he says something else. Why do you have to ruin the mood like that? It's getting dark, huh? The sun sets so late in the summer. I'm a bit surprised we still have any light at all at this hour. Especially without the street lights and all. It's like the sky's just been saving it up. Looks a bit like a dying fire. That sounds kind of morbid, but kind of fitting for the end of the world. Okay, it's getting later. It's silent again for a little while, but it doesn't last. So you never told me what it is that you do. I mean, it doesn't have to be a job or anything, but, well, What did you like to do, or what did you, before everything? Like to do, huh? I turn my eyes to the window as I think on my life. Actually, I worked a lot. I didn't really have time for much other than that. I would wake up, shower, go to work, have a lunch break, back to work, get off work, eat dinner, and watch TV for a few minutes before passing out. And then the whole thing would start all over again in the morning. That was about it. And after leading such a boring life, I ended up here. I'm probably not even gonna go out with a bang. My death's going to be just as dull as my life. I guess that'd be most people's story. It's tough out there. Well, it was tough. Probably tougher now. All kind of pointless in the end, isn't it? You work your damn tail off and everything goes to pot anyway. And you just wonder why you didn't spend your time better, you know? That's deep. That's actually how I feel about it too. I'm surprised I'm actually able to relate to him. Yeah. But I guess that doesn't matter either way. Zombies don't care whether you're a good or bad person. We're all going to die anyway. So what about you? I'm sure you didn't spend all your time listening to ABBA. I used to travel a lot, looking for work and stuff. Suppose you could call me a bit of a nomad. Did he backpack across Europe or something? What does nomad mean in this context? Well, whatever. That sounds really cliché. Not really, it sort of suits you. To tell the truth, I haven't really had much purpose in a while. I've just been getting by. When you can't find something to do, you sort of lose yourself. It gets to be a pretty dark place. Got to the point I used to wish I could take a vacation from life. Guess I got my wish, didn't I? I used to wish for that too. I wanted to be free. I didn't want to be responsible for Dad anymore. And now I'm not. But I can't say whether that's really a good or a bad thing. Wishes do come true. Wishes never do come true in the way you expect them to, huh? Yeah. Monkey's paw. My stomach starts to throb painfully. I look down and press my hand against it. It felt okay for a while there, but it's acting up again. God, why did all this have to happen? Still feeling nauseous? Damn, I shouldn't be so obvious about it. I don't want to cause any trouble. This might be causing even more trouble, though. Oh yeah, it's gotten a little better, but... Anyway, I move my hand away from my stomach. It's not like resting my hand there will make the pain go away. In a way, as long as I feel that pain, I know I'm still alive. That was morbid as hell. What's wrong with me? I'm just exhausted, which doesn't help things. You know how it is. You think we should stop and rest? I glance at the fuel gauge on the dashboard, nervous. We barely have a quarter of a tank left as it is. Nah. Like it or not, we'll be stopping soon anyway. Braking would just waste gas. Onward it is then. Trying to ignore my pain, I keep my eyes on the endless road stretched out ahead of us. It's getting really late. It really hurts now. Look at the pain on her face. I don't think I've ever been in this much pain in my life. And that's saying a lot, considering what I have to go through every month. I deserve this, don't I? No! No, you don't. I shouldn't feel bad about it. I brought it on myself. Do you ever wonder, like, why us? Why did we make it this far? And is it really such a good thing that we're still alive? From the moment I swung that baseball bat, I sealed my own fate. Just as I start to sink into really dark thoughts, I hear Dustin's voice. Honestly, I try not to think so hard about stuff like that. If I stop to wonder what my own life was worth, It's a dangerous train of thought, I'll tell you that. We're here, that's what matters. Despite it all, we're here, and we're safe. The how and why of it is just garnish on the salad. You know, I didn't believe it at first. I mean that we're really facing the apocalypse or whatever. So the first couple months I just kept working. Kept on like everything was fine. And then I couldn't ignore it anymore. And then Dad. How do I even begin to explain? Listen, you don't gotta answer me if you don't want, but you're old man. What happened? My dad? I killed him. She killed him herself. I smacked him in the head with a baseball bat and then ran like hell. Oh my god! Huh. So he needed more beer, right? Of course he did. He was a deadbeat alcoholic. But they wouldn't even let him in our nearby liquor store anymore, so he wandered off to another one. Just so happened that part of town was infested. It took a while before I even noticed, since he wasn't really any different from usual. Does it count as murder if you kill a zombie? No! I mean, I'm sure in your own conscience, especially if it was your dad, your conscience would tell you it was wrong, but no. You have to save yourself. Does it count as murder if you never get arrested because your town's entire police force is now undead? That's pretty pathetic, huh? But so was my dad. And so am I. And in the end, I won't be doing much better. My stomach is burning with pain now, and guilt. You would feel guilty for that. There's nothing you can do about that, though. You had to do it. You had to do it, Shelby. I stare out the window, seeing nothing but darkness. Who knows what could be lurking out there? Though that hasn't changed since way before, I guess. Hey. He put his hand on mine. I feel a sudden warmth on the top of my hand. Hesitant at first, but then steady. Dustin's hand rests on top of mine. It feels Alton somehow. Oh, it feels alien somehow. I was like, what the hell is Alton? I flinch. I don't think I'm used to comfort, but I know he means well, probably. We're still here, just remember that. Until that changes, there's still time. Things might never get any better. I'd be stupid to assume that they would. But while we're still breathing, there's hope. It's pretty cheesy, isn't it? Anyway, I'm sorry about that. About your dad, I mean. Even if you couldn't get on with him, it must be hard. Losing someone that close to you? Wow. Where do I even start? Be honest. Be honest with him! For some reason, I feel like I can be honest with Dustin. Even though I barely know him, I trust him. You have to trust him. It's the two of you against the world. Literally, somehow. My mouth opens all on its own, and words spill out. Honestly, I felt relieved when he died. And then I felt awful for feeling relieved. But I spent 7 years of my life taking care of him. At the end of it all, I just felt free. Not that I got to enjoying that feeling of freedom for long. It makes me feel like a monster to admit that to someone else. It really does. But that's the truth. I wouldn't worry too much. There's no wrong way to feel. That's true. The way you feel is the way you feel. He's right. I know I'm only human. I'm not a monster. Not yet, anyway. I guess I'm almost privileged. No one I care about has been around in a long while. I wonder if there's still anyone out there. I wonder if they're stuck out here, like this. I wonder if we'll ever know. Dustin, Oh, it's super late now. The guilt is really getting to me now. I have to say something. I'm interrupted by the sound of the engine giving out. I've heard the sound before. We're out of gas. Damn, did the fuel gauge light even come on? I didn't even notice. The engine cuts out and the car just rolls along until it completely stops. Before, I would have pushed it to the nearest gas station, but now, well, it's the end of the line, isn't it? I really thought the gas would just last a little longer than that. Bound to happen sooner or later, wasn't it? We bought this car used, after all. It's cost efficient, but not so much fuel efficient. Wonder how far the next gas station is. Too far. It'd be nice if there were some signs around here or something. I can't believe we've gone this long without seeing any. Even if there were, it's not like we could have seen them. It's gotten so dark, and without the streetlights, my stomach feels like it's on fire. I don't think I have much time left. Hey, how fast do you think you can run? About average, I guess. Do you reckon we should? I touch my stomach. That hole isn't ever going to heal over, is it? This really is it. I don't know. I don't know if there's a point. Even if Dustin was an Olympic sprinter, I don't think he'd be able to make it. Not forever. If not me, then someone else would just... Maybe not. It's too damn dark anyhow. In all likelihood, one of us would probably trip and fall. Be pretty sad to make it this far and to die from a bust-up face. He can crack jokes because he has no idea. Knowing that just makes me feel like crap. I can't say anything now. Yeah, it would. Anyway, there's nothing we can do unless the sun until the sun rises. Guess we're crashing here tonight then, huh? In more ways than one. Could be worse anyway. At least the air smells nice. Yeah. I close my eyes, feeling the throbbing of my wound. I don't know how long it'll take. How long will I be able to go on? I wish I'd done more than work. I wish I'd pay more attention to the news. For now, all I can do is rest. I've run far enough. Well, good night then. The sunlight is completely extinguished. There's nothing but darkness on the endless stretch of road ahead. The end. Okay, so I found another ending. In the ending last time, the car didn't ever come to a stop. It didn't ever run out of gas. But yeah, it was so interesting seeing it from her side of view. She made it sound when I was Dustin, like when I just heard what she said and didn't see her thoughts. She made it sound like he got attacked by zombies or something like that, and then he turned into a zombie, which may have been the case. But then she never mentioned that she took a baseball bat to his head. And you just got to see more into her own thoughts about herself being bitten or whatever happened to her. So she's turning too, and in this ending, she didn't tell him about it. Oh man, this game is so good, such a good story, and just so easy to get so emotionally invested into. Anyway, that's gonna be all for this video. I don't think I'm gonna come back to this one again. There are more endings still. I was just more interested in seeing the entire story, seeing the story from another point of view. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this one as much as I did. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy, give it a thumbs up down below for me. I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that. That way you can keep up to date with all of my new videos. And I will see you guys later. Bye! Kind of makes me just want to lay back and take a little nap. Excuse me. This is living. This is enjoying life right here. Nothing like enjoying nature. When people tell you to get out and enjoy nature, this is what they mean.